Hi friends, welcome back. Today we'll try to understand how Dijkstra's algorithm works to find out the shortest path of a network. Dijkstra's algorithm will try to find out the shortest path of a network by constructing trees of the arc of the network. The following are some of the notation that we shall be using while working with this algorithm. Dij greater than or equal to 0 is the length of the arc Ij. Ui is the shortest distance from the source node to the node I, and this is the level that we'll be assigning to the node J, which is immediately following node I. The source node will be getting this level all the time. 0 is the distance, and dash because we don't have any nodes before the source node. Every node of the network will be either temporary or permanent. Now let's start working with the algorithm. To work with the algorithm, we consider the same example which we discussed while working with the complete enumeration method. This is the same example, same network. This network consists of 7 vertices and a total of 12 arcs. The algorithm starts with the source node by including the source node in the tree, and the source node will be given the level 0 comma dash. 0 is the distance because you are in the source node, and dash because you don't have any node preceding the source node. Now the nodes which are directly connected to the tree node, which is S, are A, B and C. These three nodes are marked as temporary, and the distance that we take to reach node A from S is 0 plus 2, and from S this is denoting A has been reached from S. Similarly, you reach B from S is 0 plus 0 plus 5, 0 plus 4 for C. So we are now going to convert one of these three temporary nodes into a permanent node. For this, we select the minimum distance, and the minimum distance is occurring at A. So now the status of A will be changed from temporary to permanent in the next table, and the A will be introduced in the tree. Let's check the next table. Sorry, this is the next table, right? This is number 2. The current three nodes are A and S, which are connected using a red line. A and S. And the nodes which are having a direct connection to the three nodes are C, B, and D. Now, these C, B, and D are going to be the current temporary nodes, and we already have two permanent nodes also. Now, the levels for these three temporary nodes will be this B was reached before. B was reached before. This is the one. You reach B from S, then it takes a distance of 5. It takes a distance of 5. Now, if you try to reach B through A, it will take a distance of this 2 plus 2. 2 is this one. So you're reaching B from A to S, and from S to B. Remember, the distance of A is always measured from S. So while reaching from S to A, you took 2 units, and then from A to B another 2. That's why it's 2 plus 2, and it's from A now. So you'll have to select the minimum of these 2. And if you C do not have any connections through S, it has connection only through S, and which was the level before. And for D, it has to be through through A only. So 2 plus 7, 2 plus 7, and using A. So we are going to select, we're going to convert one of these three into permanent. For that, we select the minimum of this level, and the minimum is occurring in B and C. So we can select either B or C, and let us select C. You select C, remember C is going to be connected to S. So we are changing the status of C from temporary to permanent, and we introduce C in the tree in the next table. Now C has been introduced in the tree in this table. In the figure, you can see using the red lines. The red lines are denoting the connections of the tree nodes. This is the status is now changed into permanent. So to these three nodes we have um, B, D, and E, which are directly connected. So these three B, D, and E will be the current temporary nodes. The label for this B, D, and C will be like this. B has a connection. B has a connections using both A and C. If you go from A, it was 4. If you go from C, it will be 4 plus 1. 4 plus 1. So you'll have to select minimum of these two. For D, you have a connection only through A, and you had the label in the previous table. And for E, you have a connection through C. So from C, if you go to E, then it will be 4 plus 4. So now we're going to make these three nodes, one of these three nodes into a permanent node. So the minimum of these three nodes is occurring over here. So B is going to be introduced as a permanent node in the next table, and is going to be connected to A in the next table. Let's see the next table now. This is next table. Now you have 3 nodes, and your B is connected to A now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 nodes now. And to these 4 tree nodes, these are the only 2 nodes which have a direct connections, and these 2 nodes are the temporary nodes for the current step. The level for this D can be reached from A as well as from B. If you reach from A, it was 9. If you reach from B, it will be 4 plus 4 from B. And E can be reached from B as well as C. If you reach from C, it was 8. If you reach from B, then it's 4 plus 3. 4 plus 3. So let us select the minimum of 2 levels and introduce in D3 in the next table. The minimum is occurring at E and is connected to B. 7 is the minimum which will be connected to B now. So E is going to be permanent. The status of E is going to be permanent next table, and it will be connected to B. It's connected to B now. It changes. The status of E is changed now. So the 3 nodes are S, A, B, C, and E. The nodes which are in direct connection with the 3 nodes are D and T. And these 2 nodes are temporary nodes. D can be connected using A as well, using D was connected in the previous step to what? To B. So it's decided D has to be connected to B in the previous step. So D was connected to B in the previous step. It was connected. D has a better option of connecting from B instead of A. That was decided in the table before. Now, but this is the new node in the tree. D also has a direct connections from E. So we are going to have a selections between B and E to connect with D. This is the option that you have. If you connect from B, it was 8. If you connect from E, it's going to be 7 plus 1, which is again 8. For T, you have a direct connection only with E. So it's 7 is the level over here. 7 plus 7. Now the minimum is occurring over here. 8. Either with E or B. So let's select B then. Let us select B. You can select E also, but let me select B. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this temporary status into permanent next table, and D is going to be connected with B. So I've connected D with B, and the status is changed into permanent. So all the nodes of the network except for this one becomes the tree node, and this is the non-tree node, and this has direct connections to the tree nodes. So this is the only temporary nodes of the network, and the level for this will be 14 from E, You connect from E, it is 14. If you connect from D, it will be 8 plus 5. 8 plus 5. So the minimum is occurring at 8 plus 5, which is 13, and it should be connected with D. So in this table, all the nodes becomes permanent, and now T is connected with D, and the total distance to T from S is 13. So you have now defined the shortest path. Your shortest path is S to A to B, B to D, and D to T, with a total minimum distance of 13. You can define this path from the table also. See over here, your D has been reached from D, come to D, from your D has been reached from B, come to B, your B has been reached from A, come to A, your A has been reached from S. Let's cross check with the network again. You are in T, T has come from D, over here, check this one, B, so D has come from B, come to B, your B has come from A, B, S, and then come to A, your A has come from S, this one. This is the path taken, and this path is called the shortest path, and the distance on this path is 13. Remember, this tree is not having any circle. A tree should not form a circle. Only then you will be able to find out the solutions. Friends, this is how Dijkstra's algorithm works to find out the shortest path of given network. Hope you understand. In case of any doubts, you can write in the comment. I'll try to respond to your comment. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching my video. Continue watching my video.